As we look ahead to the 2026 Winter Olympics in Milan Cortina, which you will be able to watch right here on WCNC Charlotte, we are reminded of the Olympic spirit of perseverance and one of the most decorated gymnasts in history, Shannon Miller, a 7-time Olympic medalist for Team USA, at the age of 33, faced her toughest routine yet, really, battling ovarian cancer. Got a sneak peek there. Joining Miss Miller is Dr. David O'Malley, Director of Gynecologic Oncology at The Ohio State University. Thanks, guys, for joining us this morning here on Live Impact News.
Thank you for having us today.
Thanks, Jane.
Shannon, you've inspired so many. I remember watching you in the Magnificent Seven. Amazing to see you today. How did your ovarian cancer diagnosis change your perspective on strength and resilience?
I would say that fighting cancer is the hardest thing that I've ever had to do, physically, mentally, emotionally. And yet, I think as I talk with other survivors, we kind of feel that you never really know how strong you can be until you just have to. Not a physical strength, but that inner strength that helps you take that next forward step.
Yeah, I mean, amazing. And your athletic training and mindset obviously helped you approach your cancer treatment differently, right?
I think it helped in many ways. You lean on those lessons learned through sport, goal setting, teamwork, making sure that you're keeping a positive mindset. My faith was first and foremost. So you lean on a lot of lessons learned through sport that help you on that journey.
Dr. O'Malley, what exactly is biomarker testing, and why is this important for patients with ovarian cancer?
So there's different types of biomarkers. There's our genes, which are through our whole body, in all our organs. So it's so important for patients diagnosed with ovarian cancer to have their genes tested. But also now we can test the tumor or the cancer, looking for these specific areas that we can target. And what are some of the most important biomarkers? Well, in our genes and in the tumor, BRCA1 and 2, HRD, folate receptor alpha. There's other things like Lynch syndrome, MMR proficiency. Those are many different markers that we can test. But what we're really trying to identify is the best therapies at the right moment. And how do we do that? Through these biomarkers. And by identifying those biomarkers, then we can personalize the approach for each patient.
I mean, ovarian cancer, I'm reading, remains one of the deadliest gynecologic cancers. So biomarker testing, obviously, like you said, helps address some of those unmet needs. What are some of the other promising advances in this area, Doctor?
Well, unfortunately, as you said, it is still the deadliest GYN cancer. And most women are diagnosed with metastatic cancer. And even though we're doing a much better job of curing more patients, as high as 70% still recur. So what we're doing is by identifying those biomarkers up front, right when patients are diagnosed, we're able to target changes in the tumor to give the patients the best chance for curative intent. But for those who do recur, now we're able to identify the best therapy. So we're identifying those therapies, those targets on the tumor to give the right treatment to the right patient at the right time.
And Shannon, you were diagnosed at 33, like I said. Can you take us back to that moment? What were the signs that you experienced, and how did you know something wasn't right?
Well, I went in and told my doctor I felt fine. And that's one of the reasons why I have become such an advocate in this cancer community, because I didn't know what questions to ask. I wasn't paying attention to my body. And as an athlete, that had been my job for so many years, but life happens. And so I want women to know that there is no routine test for ovarian cancer. We have to listen to our bodies and speak up when something doesn't feel right. I didn't speak up about the bloating and stomach aches and sudden weight loss. I had just had a baby. I thought It was just that. And so we have to speak up when something doesn't feel right, advocate for ourselves. And that's why we're here in partnership with AbbVie to really encourage women with ovarian cancer to ask about every tool available. I want women to know that you're not alone in this fight. There is so much support available. Find your team. Ask questions and know that there is strength in seeking that support. And I just was overwhelmed with the support and the hope that other survivors had offered me. And so I want to share that with others.
I mean, we are some of our experiences, bad and good, trial and tribulation and celebrations. Your experience, how has that shaped you now as a professional, as with your speaking engagements?
I think for me, it has made me aware of appreciating every moment and every day, finding the joy even during the tough times and the tough days, and continuing to reach out with gratitude for others who are going through something similar. For all of those people out there battling something, it may not be ovarian cancer, but if you're battling something, know that there is strength in not only accepting help when it's offered, but asking for help when it's needed, because there's always a team there available.
And for both of you, really, what's the thing you want our viewers to take away from our conversation today?
I think as we look at the ovarian cancer landscape, over 600 patients are diagnosed in North Carolina every year. But so many more are alive because we're doing such a better job of treating this disease. So when Shannon's referring to those symptoms, I mean, we all have those symptoms occasionally, right? So how do we identify those that are worrisome, persisting more days than not and getting worse? Shannon and I had a conversation earlier today. If she starts having symptoms more than 2 weeks, that's something she lets her doctor know. And I think that's a really good rule. Now, if you want to learn more about biomarkers, there's a great website, biomarkerboost.com, to get more information. So if you are a patient or your family members have been diagnosed with ovarian cancer, please make sure they're testing for these biomarkers. If you want more resources, utilize the website to get more information.
Very good. And Shannon?
I would only add that information is power. As a patient, I didn't always feel comfortable speaking up until my care team specifically said, please speak up, tell us what's going on, ask all your questions, because they want to know so that they can help. So never be afraid to advocate for yourself.
All right, very good. Shannon Miller and Dr. David O'Malley, thank you for sharing your experience, your journey, Shannon, and for gracing us with conversation. It's an amazing privilege to talk to an Olympian. And Dr. David O'Malley, great information, and it's promising and encouraging with all of the biomarker and advances in medicine and technology. So appreciate the convo this morning.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Jane. Thank you for having us and taking on this important topic. We really appreciate it.
Absolutely. Yes. Thank you, guys. All right. Take care.